Hello everybody, my name is Cogline3639. Welcome back to another video. Today in this one, it's my ban list predictions for the December 2020 ban list. Now as you can see, I'm not in the ban list right now. As you can see, the next update will be after this will be no earlier than December 15th, 2020. So we will not expect a ban list in the early December. In early December, we'll more expect it during late December. Now, Genesis Impact actually releases on the 18th. So this is going to be my prediction on when the ban list is going to get released. So Genesis Impact releases on the 18th. I think they're going to wait for the ban list in a week after Genesis Impact. So the 18th, 7 more days, would be Christmas, December 25th. So I think we'll have a Christmas version of a ban list because they usually release it on a Friday and then wait the weekend out for the ban list to actually hit. So I can definitely see it maybe on the 25th, maybe 26th of December of actually getting released. I could be wrong. That's just kind of a speculation for me. Without further ado, though, let me get into my ban list prediction. And we'll start off with the most obvious card that probably should get banned. Crystron, Halqifibrax, and Link Ross. These two have just been dominating the meta. Dragon Leet's been using them, and Infernobles have been using them. Most of the decks in the meta right now have been using the only cards I can think of, or meta decks I can think of right now, is Invoke Dogmatika and Virtual World, because they're, well, Virtual Worlds can't pull them out, and Invoke Dogmatika, just why would you? So yeah, Zodiac as well doesn't really need this combo either. But in the top main meta decks, they use Crystron and Link Ross because of how powerful their thing is. Depending on which deck you're using, they'll go into either Crystron first, get a tuner, then go into Link Ross, or they'll get Link Ross and then Crystron, Halqifibrax out onto the field. This is just broken. They've been trying to stop this combo by banning tuners, and especially with the last ban list, they banned Olion and Jet Seacron. I don't think that'll just solve the problem. They're gonna find the players will find ways to break this combo once again. In like this current version, it's been Despot, so they just need to straight up ban this. It's just way too overpowered. I think both need to get banned, but if I had to choose one, that Crystron Halqifibrax would probably be the one. But yeah, so that's my first predictions for the ban list. Let me get into the others. Smoke Grenade of the Thief is my next one. There's a reason why Infernobles can take advantage of this and snipe the hell out of your hand. This is a broken card, not once per turn as well. There's a reason, yeah, the Infernobles can take advantage of this. I think if you get rid of Smoke Grenade, it won't affect the Infernobles, and it'll actually make versing an Infernoble deck even more okay, because the reason why Infernobles are hated right now is because Smoke Grenade of the Thief. So yeah, that's my number 2 prediction. Let me get into the rest. Next up on the list is True King of All Calamities. We all know why this card should be on the ban list, is because of one certain deck that came out in Phantom Rage. Virtual Worlds can take advantage of this card without a doubt. People have been nicknaming this Very Fun Dragon in an ironic way because people hate versing this card. Of course, the Virtual Worlds can pull this out very easily, and then just, oh, yeah, I can understand, as a Virtual World player, I can understand why True King of All Calamities is kind of hated right now and why it should be banned. I think Virtual Worlds would be fine without True King of All Calamities. I think it could still thrive. It may, it'll definitely hurt the deck, but I think it'd still do good. I think it'll do perfectly fine without it. Just right now, it's just making the deck Calamities is just a very broken card, making the deck really good. So next up on the ban cards is Dragon Link. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to ban Guard Dragon and Striker Dragon. I'm just saying they need to somehow hit Dragon Link. I think Crystron, Halqifibrax, and Link Ross ban might be enough to do so. But again, it's a very overpowered deck right now. I think they need to hit a little more than just Crystron and Link Ross. And considering how Konami's been kind of doing things, they might not even ban Crystron and Link Ross. So yeah, I think the best case, maybe like Guard Dragons can get hit. I don't think they're going to hit Striker Dragon. This is just a placement for Dragon Link. I think it needs to be hit. Yeah. Last thing up on the ban list is Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Now, this is just a card that just shuts you out of your extra deck. That's kind of the reason why it probably should be banned. Because just shutting you out, Dragon Link uses, without a doubt, Dragon Buster Lock as well uses this. This is just a stupid card that shouldn't exist because Union Carrier can just equip it to anyone, and it's just not it's just not a fun card either to verse against, just to shut you out of your extra deck, and you're kind of just screwed after that point. But yeah, that's it for the ban list. Now let's get into the limited list. Now on to the limited list. I think Sky Striker Engage will get limited to 1. I think right now the Sky Strikers is just not a problem. It basically turned into a Mystic Mine deck. So I think Engage is perfectly fine now. I limited to 1 and just to test things out. And maybe if it is broken, you can put it back on the ban list. I don't think it'll be broken at all. I think it'll be perfectly fine just to put back in the Sky Strikers, because Sky Strikers ain't really a meta deck anyways anymore, and I don't think even if limiting this card will make it immediately back to meta relevance once again, but just to make a deck a little better than what it used to, or what it is now. So the next thing I got is Orcust Harp Horror. Now this I know people have flashbacks to what Orcust used to do back in last year. But I just don't think it'll do enough anymore. I think limited to, I understand Orcust is actually not as bad as some of the meta decks are today. I mean, there's really no problem with it now. PK Fire can definitely use this again, or just any Phantom Knight deck out there. There's really no other deck, and then just straight up Orcust deck can definitely use this again. But again, it's probably not going to be as bad as people think putting it back to 1. I understand it can special summon another Orcust monster from the graveyard, but just banishing himself. Again, I don't think it'll be enough to make it game breaking where Orcust just shoots back up to meta resolution, because everyone thought Rusty Bardiche getting limited back to 1 back in September was going to shoot Orcust back up, and it didn't really do anything. So yeah, so that's what I got on this. Now onto some cards that probably won't see it anyways, just kind of a wish list for me, is Mystic Mine going to 1. This card just prevents you from playing. People hate versing True King of all Calamities, but versing a Mystic Mine is even worse, because it shuts down everything. Now I can kind of understand you can use Mystic Mine against the player that's using it if you play it correctly and they misplay, but it's just kind of a stupid fucking card, and it's probably deserves to get limited. It just prevents people from playing and make the game not fun. I kind of understand all the ban cards do that in a way as well, but just I don't think they're going to ban it. So I think if they're not going to ban it whatsoever, I don't think they might limit it either. But just kind of, again, just a wish list of mine of putting it to 1. So yeah. And then the last thing up on the limited list is Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. Now, I have this really weird feeling that they're going to have another Dragon Ruler on the limited list. The other one currently right now is Tempest. That's just the least broken of the 4. But I don't think this is going to happen. I just have a suspicious feeling they might do it, but they probably won't. But I think they can't unban Redox. I think that's the most overpowered of the 3. Blaster is kind of okay. It's pretty decent as well, and Nobles can definitely take advantage of that. I think if they're going to take one off, it has to be Tidal. And then maybe... No, that's about it, Tidal. And then, of course, Frog decks can definitely use this. It's basically a Foolish Barrel for water monsters, or, dinosaurs, monsters. Dragon League can definitely take advantage of that as well. Again, this is kind of just one of those things. They're probably not going to do it. I just have a suspicious feeling they are. But yeah, that's it for the limited list. Now let's go into the semi-limited list. Now on to the semi-limit list. First things first, I have Emergency Teleport actually going down to 2. This will, if they ban Very Fun Dragon or True King of all Calamities, I think if you put Emergency Teleport, I think that's just enough to kind of help out the Virtual World deck even more. And I'm a Virtual World player, so this might be some biasy. But then again, it's not really, it's just a special summon from the deck, and that's probably why it's limited to 1 right now. Then again, it's only, it's not even once per turn too, so, I kind of understand why it's kind of limited right now. But I think at 2 will be perfectly fine. I think 3 might be a little too much, but I think at 2 will be perfectly. And the last one for the semi-limited list is Zodiac Trident. The Zodiacs can just, I don't think putting this Trident at 2 would help the Zodiacs whatsoever. I think the reason why that deck even is good right now is because Zeus is in the playing field. I think at 2 it does help the Zodiacs in a way, but it doesn't also help them in a way. I think it just isn't that good. Ooh, there is a ambulance going that way. My fault about that, but I don't think putting it at 2 would be a problem whatsoever. I think, again, it's kind of, would it help the Zodiacs? Maybe. Would it not help the Zodiacs? I don't think so. Again, it's just one of those things at 2. It's not really a problem to worry about. They're already fucking abusing Trident, summoning herself from the graveyard anyways. So this is not really a problem being at 2 anyway. So yeah, that's it for the semi-limit list. Now let's get into the unlimited. Now onto the cards that should be unlimited. I think this is all these cards used to be on the semi-limited list. ABC, Dragon Buster, Seer, Graph, and Totally Awesome. Again, Burning Abyss can probably take advantage of this. I kind of hate the semi-limited list. I know I just added 2 cards. I think we'll get onto the semi-limited list, but I kind of hate it. I think the only card it really affects right now is Destiny Hero Malicious. These 4 cards being on the semi-limited list does absolutely nothing. I think at 3 it still wouldn't be a problem. Again, Seer and Graph can definitely be used in the PK Fire deck. Dragon Buster Blader, again, people ain't really using that deck anymore, so just might as well just put that at 3. And then, you know, the Frog deck is kind of a rogue deck right now, so Totally Awesome being at 3 is kind of their like powerhouse right now. So yeah, that's kind of it for my ban list. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I probably got all these probably wrong, at least with the limited, semi-limited, and unlimited, or well, the unlimited, I don't know. But the semi-limits and limits I could be wrong with. I think the ban list, they will finally hit Crystron and Link Ross. But besides that, that's kind of like the only, but then again, we never know. We can get another, I think it was July's ban list, where they just do absolutely nothing and put other cards back to unlimited and then just not have a ban list. Because they can obviously just say there is no meta right now, so what's the point in trying to do anything to it? But that's why Konami needs to do the online format. Now, Konami just did a dual extravaganza event, so they could now be finally taking that online to heart now and finally using, as this is the only way right for now because of COVID to actually hold events. And yeah, but again, this is just a prediction. You never know it's going to be right until that gets out. So I do hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.